In this video, we're going to go over the history of Stratton Mountain Resort and how it became one of the most popular skiing destinations on the East Coast. Nestled in the heart of Vermont's Green Mountains lies a peak whose transformation from untamed wilderness to world-class ski resort represents one of the most remarkable success stories in American winter recreation. From humble beginnings in 1961 to its status as a luxury destination today, Stratton Mountain Resort has pioneered numerous innovations that would reshape the ski industry while carving out a distinctive identity among New England's competitive winter landscape. The story of Stratton is not just about skiing, it's about visionary entrepreneurs, cultural revolutions, and how a mountain in southern Vermont became the birthplace of modern snowboarding. The story begins with Frank Snyder, a lawyer and chemical company executive, who purchased land on Stratton Mountain in 1961 with the vision of developing a major ski area. Snyder, who had fallen in love with skiing during business trips to Europe, believed that the 3,875-foot summit of Stratton could support a world-class resort in southern Vermont. The mountain's natural attributes, reliable snowfall, varied terrain, and proximity to major metropolitan areas like New York City and Boston made it an ideal candidate for development. With an initial investment of $2 million, a substantial sum at the time, construction began immediately, funding the creation of 3 double chairlifts, a base lodge, and trails designed by European ski expert Emo Henrik. When Stratton Mountain officially opened for business on December 29, 1961, it featured 8 trails and 3 lifts, servicing 1,200 vertical feet. Despite its modest beginnings, Stratton distinguished itself from the start by focusing on meticulous trail grooming and emphasizing a European-inspired atmosphere that appealed to an upscale clientele. The trail network expanded to include beginner, intermediate, and expert terrain. During this period, Stratton also began development of its distinctive base village, drawing inspiration from European ski resorts to create a pedestrian-friendly environment with shops, restaurants, and accommodations, a concept that was relatively novel in American skiing at the time. In 1969, the resort expanded with the addition of the Sun Bowl area, which opened up new intermediate terrain on the mountain's eastern flank. 3 years later, in 1972, the Stratton Mountain School was established, which would later become a breeding ground for Olympic talent in both skiing and snowboarding. In 1974, the resort constructed the Stratton Village Complex, one of the first purpose-built ski villages in New England. Designed to evoke the atmosphere of a European alpine town, the village featured distinctive clock tower architecture that would become an iconic symbol of the resort. The international ski world took notice when Stratton hosted its first World Cup race in 1978, bringing elite international competition to southern Vermont. The technical demands of World Cup racing necessitated improvements to Stratton's snowmaking and grooming capabilities, investments that subsequently benefited recreational skiers at the mountain. The 1980s brought perhaps the most significant development in Stratton's history, one that would forever alter the landscape of winter sports. In 1983, Stratton became the first major eastern resort to welcome snowboarding, at a time when many ski areas banned the emerging sport. This forward-thinking decision was largely influenced by Jake Burton Carpenter, founder of Burton Snowboards, who lived nearby and used Stratton as a testing ground for his equipment. Carpenter had been testing his snowboards under the cloak of darkness on Stratton's trails before approaching the vice president of operations, who had Ski Patrol take the boards for a test run. The decision to allow snowboarding launched Stratton into the vanguard of winter sports innovation. In 1985, Stratton hosted the first U.S. Open Snowboarding Championships, an event that would become a fixture at the resort for the next 2 decades. The competition cemented Stratton's status as a snowboarding mecca and connected the resort to the sport's exponential growth in popularity throughout the late 1980s and 1990s. In 1988, Stratton constructed the Gondola, an 8-passenger enclosed lift that provided protected summit access. Corporate ownership changes began to shape Stratton's development in the late 1980s. After initially being owned by Moore and Munger Inc., the resort was purchased by Victoria USA, a Japanese sporting goods company, in 1989. During this period, the Kitterbrook area was developed, adding several new intermediate trails and expanding Stratton's footprint. In 1994, Intrawest Corporation purchased Stratton Mountain Resort for approximately $175 million. Under Intrawest's ownership, Stratton underwent a period of aggressive capital investment aimed at enhancing both its skiing infrastructure and real estate development. The company expanded upon Stratton's village concept, adding new condominium complexes like Rising Bear, Hearthstone, and Founders Lodge. These developments emphasized luxury amenities, including fireplaces, jacuzzis, and high-end finishes that appealed to wealthy urban professionals from the New York metropolitan area. This was followed by additional high-speed detachable quad lifts throughout the early 1990s. In 1995, Stratton installed Vermont's first high-speed 6-passenger chairlift, the American Express, which reduced ride times to the summit and increased uphill capacity. Significant real estate development continued, with new condominium complexes like Long Trail House, built in 1999, featuring luxury units that sold for record prices, some exceeding $500,000, unprecedented figures for Vermont ski country at that time. By 2000, the mountain featured 92 trails spread across 600 acres of terrain, served by 16 lifts. This lift network gave Stratton the highest uphill capacity of any resort in southern Vermont, capable of moving more than 33,500 skiers per hour. The 2011 to 2012 season marked Stratton's 50th anniversary, celebrated with historical exhibitions and special events. That same season, the resort unveiled a new mid-mountain lodge, the Mid-Mountain Smokehouse. The following year, Stratton introduced the Mountain Bike Park, expanding its summer offerings with 22 miles of trails designed by Gravity Logic, the same team behind Whistler's renowned bike park. In 2018, the resort completed one of its most substantial lift upgrades in years with the replacement of the Snowbowl lift. The new high-speed quad chairlift represented a $10 million investment and reduced ride time to the summit from 14 minutes to just over 4 minutes. Today, Stratton Mountain Resort continues to evolve while honoring its heritage as one of Vermont's classic ski destinations. With 99 trails, 11 lifts, and a robust infrastructure for both winter and summer activities, the resort remains competitive in the increasingly consolidated ski industry landscape. Stratton's journey represents broader trends in the ski industry: consolidation under larger corporate entities, adaptation to changing weather patterns, expansion into year-round operations, and integration of technology to enhance the guest experience. That's it for this week's Leisure Lore. And please do us a favor and subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed it. It means the world to us.